Good morning everyone, Miss Stella here from Learn to Grow. Just want to give you a quick update in our garden and see what's growing. So we're finally going to have some warmer temperatures around 70 to 80 degrees this weekend, and I hope that you guys are also having a great gardening season. Now it did go down to about 36 degrees this past weekend, and some of our baby lettuce and Napa cabbage, the leaves started turning yellow, so I suppose it got a little too cold and I kind of planted them a little too soon anyway. So those are the ones that I purchased from my local nursery in the starts, since my seedlings kind of took a while to germinate, but I finally got them in the garden now, and they're still a little small, but they're doing well. So I think they'll catch up as soon as we have more sun. And also we sowed some seeds last weekend. Remember that what is it, the scarlet red runner bean, those purple ones? I thought they were the large speckled kidney beans, so I sowed those too, and I started some in a cup a week and a half ago, and so I have them down on the ground. Planning on building a trellis for that one, and hopefully I do well with those beans, because I really want to give some seeds away at the end of the gardening season. And I remember the pods, they get as long as 12 inches or more when they're mature. So I'm really excited about those ones, and they're beautiful beans. So also, anyway, I just want to remind you that we are on Facebook, so you can follow us in there, as well as Twitter, and our links are in our main channel, so you can actually click on the link and it'll direct you to our pages. So also, if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below for me. And I want to thank everyone for watching and subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate it. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy the show, and I'll see you again soon. Alright, so here's an update of our garden. I have a little helper there. And down here we have our small garden box or bed that my daughter and I put together. And on the right side there, she's got some strawberries planted, and we sowed a couple sunflower seeds on the left side. Now the strawberries that we moved into that small garden bed is from this box here that's very crowded, so we'll have to move some of those around in the fall. I probably should have done that last season, but we'll manage, and hopefully I'll get some fruit still. Now over here is our potato garden box or bed. This is the ones that my son and I planted about 6 weeks ago, and they're finally coming up. There's some, I'm not sure which ones are which, but we have some Yukon Gold potatoes and some red potatoes. I can't tell which ones are yet, so they all kind of look the same. But these are the ones that we bought from the grocery store. They're organic potatoes, and we just cut them up, the eyes, and divide them and put them in the ground. And so hopefully we'll get some potatoes this year. We've never planted them before. Now what I've learned from our friend is that she told me that to keep burying the potato plants, so once they start getting bigger, you can keep putting soil or potting mix or whatever you're using on top, but not to completely cover the potato plant. So as you bury it, then it'll produce more tubes or roots, which will give you higher yields of potatoes. So I will try her technique, and we'll see how that goes, since this is our first time planting potatoes, and I hope that we do well. And right here are the garlic, elephant garlic, and just regular garlic that we put them in the ground, I think end of October, so they seem to be doing well. And we also added some more other stuff in this garden box. This is our pizza garden box, and my son named it that, so that way we can put some, oh, it's loud, it's a truck driving by. Anyway, so we can put some plants that we can use for pizza, or toppings for pizza. So ingredients such as the garlic, green onions. Let's see, this one here picked up at the, I think a Rite Aid store, and is the Anaheim chili pepper. So I couldn't find a peppercini one. I lost my peppercini seeds last year. And this one here, it's a dwarf tomato plant. And it's a cherry tomato, so this one doesn't get that big. I think it only gets to about 2 feet tall. It's still pretty young. And some zucchini squash, and they are doing okay. I guess they don't really like the cold. Remember, it got really cold last week. And I also sowed some arugula seeds here. Now the arugula is really good for pizza with the feta cheese or goat cheese. What else? Sun-dried tomatoes. So I can't eat dairy, so I can have well, I can have goat cheese though because it's lactose free. But anyways, so that would be a good addition to my pizza. I also put mushrooms and spinach. So there's some arugula there. This is sage here. So those are good in Italian foods as well. So fennel here. So got some other herbs. So the fennel is really good for freshen up your breath. Tastes like licorice, and it's also good for upset stomachs. So, that gripe water that they give to babies is actually fennel based. Relieves some stomach aches. So this one here are chives, and as you can see, it's looks like it's about to bolt. And down here I've got some rosemary. And back there it's lemon balm that's great to use on summer beverages, maybe like your tea, or you can add it to lemonade or strawberry lemonade. And down here we got some silver thyme to the right and English thyme to the left. Also great in Italian foods. So, and there's the onions and some green onions. Oh, and this one here is pineapple sage. It smells so good. I haven't tasted it yet, but the smell is very fragrant and smells just like pineapple. So that would be really great to add into your summer beverages. So moving on, so here are some of the lettuce that we planted about, I think, 3.5 weeks ago, and some Napa cabbage. Well, now we've had some slug problems, so I went ahead and the kids and I crushed up some eggshells, so hopefully the slugs doesn't make it back into the bed, but it's been eating a lot of the leaves, so we might probably have put a little bit too much of the eggshells, but you know what, it's better than our plants getting eaten or food getting eaten. So I've got some of the butter lettuce, red leaf lettuce, and these are the seedlings that we transplanted from inside. So those are romaine, so I think they're doing okay. So they've been in the ground for about 5 days now. So that's the Napa cabbage I picked up. Let's see here. So there's some leaves, some growth in there, so I think they're doing okay. Besides the leaves with the holes, that's all right. And some here are some red romaine lettuce that we also picked up from the local nursery. And over on this side are some sweet peas. And I think I'm going to have to grab some taller bamboo sticks because I know they get pretty long, and the ones I planted last year, I planted them off the deck and they climbed on the rail, but they were just kind of falling over. So we'll get some taller ones before they get really big, but they are sprouting, so we'll have a bunch of sweet peas. Oops, oh, I almost fell. Oh, over here, I want to show you this. This is spearmint. Now, these are very easy to propagate. Well, they propagate on their own. So you want to, if you're going to plant any of the mint families, you want to keep them in a container, because if you put them in the ground, they're just going to grow all over the place. So I had this container buried into the ground last year, but since we've kind of moved some stuff around, like this garden bed we built this year, I took it out. But as you can see, there's the younger spearmint. See that? So I'm gonna have to just trim all these back, make room for all these new mint. So they're all over the place. It smells very good, so fragrant. And down here is our chocolate mint, and this is also slowly coming back as well. So it's another mint that you want to just keep them contained in a container so they don't grow everywhere. And this is, those are a couple of broccolis that my mom gave me. Those are the broccoli starts. And down here are our seedlings. These are the, I believe, baby bok choy or pak choy. So you can see those. I think they're doing okay. So they've been in the ground for about, I think, 5 days. So they seem to be doing all right, or adjusted well outdoors. And this is the Chinese greens. Also, this is the one that we planted inside, and the Chinese greens is part of the mustard family, but I guess they grow florets kind of like the broccoli. And lots of beans. We're gonna have lots of beans back here. Also that bigger one right there, it's the red scarlet runner beans. So it's that purple black speckled beans that I made a video about just a couple weeks back. And this is what we'll be building, where we'll be building a trellis. That way you'll have something to climb on. They get pretty big. So, and I'm just gonna take you back here. It's a kind of a bit of a mess, but this is where I'll be planting our squash and I think some dahlia flowers. I have some of these bulbs that my auntie gave me, so I didn't want to just waste them. I want to plant them back there, and I think we're gonna have some more sunflowers. But anyway, yeah, excuse all the garbage. I've been weeding all week. There used to be all these tall sticker bushes that we got rid of last year, and now it's just cleaning up, and so we'll see what happens. And all these rocks we moved. So, but here's a quick view of our garden and what's growing. And you know, I forgot to show you this. These are compost bins. So, right here. And you know what I put in there is we got some red wiggler worms last year. We kind of started a worm bin, except most of them got out, and a lot of them, well, maybe 25% of them lived. So I went ahead and just dumped them in this compost bin, and a lot of them survived. So I'm gonna have to show you, and they're doing really well because they were very small last season, and a lot of them are really big now. So I've been just putting the kitchen scraps in there. So no cooked vegetables, just like the scraps from the vegetables that we cut up, some paper, eggshells, a little bit of coffee. Okay, so that wraps it up for today. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Learn to Grow. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned, so we will be uploading some more updates. And also, thank you for subscribing to our channel. And our Facebook link is right in our channel. There's a link that you can click on that will take you directly to our Facebook page, so that way you can follow us there as well. So anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you again soon.